Hello, Mishpacha, it's Courtney, America's Jewish mother. Welcome back to my channel. I figured I'd better go ahead and get on with this December TBR business if I was going to do one, considering that it's November 30th as I'm filming this. So yeah, let's go. So a few of these books are carryovers from previous TBRs that I still haven't managed to get to yet, so I'm just going to quickly go through those first. So the first one is Faust by Goethe. I think I originally had this on my October TBR and I didn't get to it, and then I was thinking, oh, I'll totally get to it in November, and I still haven't gotten to it. So I really would like to read this before the year is out. So yeah, Faust is the first thing. The second thing is Outwitting History by Lansky. This was on my November TBR for Nonfiction November. This is about a man who goes around collecting a bunch of Yiddish books that are old and people are going to get rid of them or throw them away, and I think all of those books ended up contributing to sort of reinvigorating the language of Yiddish because, you know, it was old and it was kind of dying out and people weren't speaking it as much except in these very religious enclaves up in New York and places like that. So yeah, it's Outwitting History. I also still have not managed to get to Louise Erdrich's The Last Report on the Miracles at Little No Horse, so I definitely want to get to this in December because I have put it on my course schedule for my spring courses. Now, I'm not going to teach it until April, but I still want to read it well ahead of time so that I, you know, can figure out, okay, well, what's my game plan here? What am I going to emphasize? What am I not going to emphasize? What kind of discussion questions can I come up with? Etc., etc. And I did read this long ago, not long after it first came out, and really liked it, so I'm looking forward to rereading this. Along with that, I would also like to get to Louise Erdrich's The Bingo Palace. Both The Bingo Palace and The Last Report on the Miracles at Little No Horse are in the Love Medicine series, so I'm excited to read more from that series, as I've previously this year read Tracks and Love Medicine and really enjoyed both of those. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of those characters from that series, and I believe this follows Lipsha Morrissey, who is a character from Love Medicine. And I think also Nana Push, who is my favorite character from Tracks, makes an appearance in The Last Report on the Miracles at Little No Horse, and maybe this too, so we'll see. Also in December, I am doing a buddy read of Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Allon with Reni of Rainier Books. So this is going to be our first buddy read that we've done together, so I'm excited for that. And I'm not really going to say too much about Leave the World Behind because I feel like it's been going around BookTube a lot, and probably people have heard of it either because it has already been circulating on BookTube or because it was a finalist for, I believe, the National Book Award, although it did not win. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this, and I'm excited for a buddy read with Reni. Oh, next one I don't have. So I'm also planning to read in December, what is it called? Whoa, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Reni Eddo-Lodge. Hopefully I said her name right. So she is British, and this book is it's a nonfiction work, and it's an extension of an essay I think she originally wrote that went viral or something like that a few years back. So yeah, I'm excited to read this because it goes along nicely with the other anti-racism stuff I've read this year, like White Fragility, White Rage, So You Want to Talk About Race, How to Be an Anti-Racist. And even the book that I'm still reading right now, Henry Louis Gates' Stony the Road, which P.S. is also going to carry over into December because there's no way I'm going to finish that one. The Chekhov stories, I feel like I can probably finish those in the next couple of days, but yeah, Stony the Road, there's no way I'm finishing that, so that's definitely going to roll over to December too. I would also in December like to get to Daniel Silva's The Messenger. Excuse me. So this is the 6th book in the Gabriel Allon series, and I just like this because it's a fast-paced, page-turning spy thriller series, and I enjoy them. You know, some of them I enjoy more than others, but I think for the most part all of them tend to be at least like 3.5-star reads for me, if not higher than that, so I am looking forward to a little bit of lighter fare here. And then the last things I want to get to in December are some poetry collections, because I just feel like poetry has been missing from my life lately. So I'm probably going to pick at least 2 out of the 3 of these that I'm about to show you. I'm gonna cover this up because it has a nipple. So one of them is The End of Beauty by Jorie Graham. And I actually read this before in a poetry seminar in graduate school, and I remember not liking it, but that's been a few years back, and I actually would like to try this again and revisit it and see if I like it anymore. By the way, all three of these poets that I'm going to be talking about are contemporary American poets. So possibly I will retry this one. I think this collection was published in 1987. Helen Vendler on the back in a blurb says that Graham unexpectedly mixes stage set instructions and demotic American phrases with mythic plot and lyrical description. Such moments are like brusque interruptions in music, a deliberate going against the grain where irritability and discord reflect the difficulty of proceeding. Well, that's relatable. So I might get to this one in December. Another possibility on the poetry list is W.S. Merwin's The Shadow of Sirius. And this was a Pulitzer Prize winner whenever it was published, which was 2009. So maybe it won in 2010. And I believe Merwin recently passed away, like within the last year. So I would like to revisit this collection, which I also read, and I don't know if it was the same poetry seminar in graduate school where I read the Jorie Graham collection. It could have been. But anyway, I do remember liking this one, and ever since W.S. Merwin passed away, I was thinking I should revisit some of his poetry, so maybe this one will also make it into the rotation. And then the last possibility for poetry is Black Maria by Kevin Young. Young is a contemporary African-American poet. I've never read any of his work. And this actually was on my reading list for comps in graduate school, and I didn't get to it. So possibly this is also on deck for December in terms of poetry. I don't know if this has a description. Okay, yes, it says that Young gives us a film noir in verse. Black Maria, the title is a slang term for a police van as well as a hearse, is a twisting tale of suspicion, passion, mystery in the city. Young channels the world of detective movies, picking up its lingo and dark glamour in 5 reels of poetry. The adventures of a soft-boiled private eye known as A.K.A. Jones, and an ingenue turned femme fatale Delilah Redbone, who's come to town from down south. We follow them through a maze of aliases and ambushes, sex and suspicions, fast talk and hard luck, in Shadowtown where noir characters abound. Well, I have to say that sounds quite interesting, and that definitely has gotten my attention. So I'm thinking, yeah, this is probably going to make it onto the list. So yeah, that's everything I am thinking to hopefully get through in December, or is a sort of possibility for me to get through in December. So I'd love to hear what you're looking forward to reading in December. If you have thoughts about any of these books, especially which ones you think I should prioritize, please feel free to let me know that down in the comments below. I hope everyone is staying healthy and well. Hope you're doing good reading whatever you're reading. And until next time, would it kill you to call you mother?